Yo, what's up? It's your boy Dizzy Vibez back on Vibe CTRL. We keep the culture talking and the facts balanced. Alright, so today we dive into something that the internet seen to love. Michael Jackson biopics. The good, the bad, and the bro, turn that off before the ancestors get mad. But before I get into that, I need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe and drop down some more ideas down below. Alright, let's get it.
I will block Randy with one of the trucks. Bill can bring you out through the side entrance, okay? Let's go.
Listen, you don't know Randy. You don't know him.
This is the saga of every Michael Jackson film, from the catastrophes to the controversies to the cult classics that people still bow down to. Let's start at the basement. All right, first one we got up is The Man in the Mirror, the Michael Jackson story, the one that came out in 2004, produced by VH1. This biopic was so bad that Michael Jackson even got mad himself, rumors have reported, and it was starring Flex Alexander. Flex Alexander, 6'4", dark skin, basketball build, playing Michael Jackson, who was 5'9", soft-spoken, and VH1 seemed to say, yeah, he could do it. See, they was aiming for the stars and end up hitting the concession stand. And people couldn't even get into like talk about the story or the script. They just instantly went to the casting and the makeup choices that they decided to do for this movie, and just felt like it was super disrespectful to Michael and his whole legacy, especially when him still being alive and him being able to react to it. They said it felt like they just like airbrushed the makeup on dude. They even put a prosthetic nose on him and like tried that out. Flex Alexander would end up coming out later in interviews later, like years later, and end up saying that he didn't even like realize the backlash at the time because social media wasn't really a thing until like years later, and then social media would still be roasting him. It'd be like a timeless movie that'd be an endless meme, and then he'd keep seeing. Michael Jackson never like really dissed him personally. It was like rumors that Flex Alexander's wife actually knew Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson just was like, it was distasteful because they kept putting like the court allegations to the forefront of the movie and making that like more of the story and like the catch for the audience.
There was nothing that they could show me that I saw that, okay, this is gonna be terrible.
Right.
I just met with the producers. They called, my agent called me, yeah, this Michael Jackson movie, I was like, they know I'm 6'4", right?
Right.
No, I'm dark.
Dark skin too, right?
They were like, just take a meeting. I go meet with the director, producer, we're talking, and you know, he's asking me, you know, how I feel about Mike. Oh, I love Mike. I met him, but my wife knew him coming up, and I'm like, yeah, I love him.
Right.
I leave. They call me, oh, they want to offer you. I'm like, are you serious?
Right.
I step in the trailer and I'm like, uh-oh. I see the prosthetic nose they wanted to put on me at first. I was like, I'm not wearing that.
Oh.
The makeup, they put the airbrush, and they was airbrushing me.
Sure.
I was like, you know I look ashy, right?
Right. Yeah.
But at the time, even still, I'm not thinking that because I'm like, oh, down the line, social media is gonna come.
Right.
There was no social media.
Sure, no, I get it.
It was just like, I honestly, Pierre, took it blindly because I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
You know, I'm putting the trust in the hands of these producers. We did the premiere, and VH1 premiered it. Nobody said nothing.
Okay.
So now it's the bane of my existence, and now I just laugh. You know, at first, initially, I was hurt on social media. People be like, I'm not trying to feed my kids. But now I just laugh. You know, and then he had made comments about it. He was upset, but he never said anything, you know, about me or my performance. It was the allegations and the stuff that was going on at the time that he was upset. It's like, why do we have to keep talking about this? And what the producers did, they just went from court documents and kind of wrote around that. So they never tried to paint him out, you know, awful or nothing. You know, the last scene is me standing on top of the SUV when he's acquitted. So that wasn't their intention. So it just, you know, listen, they took a shot at it, and you know, it was a brick.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. So he was.
And like I said, Flex Alexander wouldn't even see the full impact of this movie until years later, until like when social media became a thing, and then he ended up having his fun too, making his own video trying to poke light at the situation.
Oh man, I'm so excited. It's a beautiful day. I'm glad you wanted to play golf, Jam. Yeah, that's so dope, because golf is the great. Really? What? It's like looking at the man in the mirror. I just wanted to show you, bro, that you are not alone. Really? I thought you was.
This one right here was like one of the most notorious meme movies ever. If it was a tier list of movies, it'd be a F minus, super F, Z. Let's just go to Z, it'd be a Z minus. It didn't really have any impact on Michael Jackson or Flex Alexander's career. It just was more so a meme, and it was like why did it happen? Well, like, why did it happen? Why did the movie even happen? Like, it's not even something that you really want to like watch, because it's like you just look at the pictures and be like, yeah, probably not even gonna check that out. All right, so next up we got another little funny one. The episode from Urban Myths that tried to come out in 2016 with Michael, Elizabeth, and Marlon, but it was the one that never aired. And like I would say, this is the episode that got canceled before it even aired. It was supposed to air in January 2017, and Joseph Fiennes was supposed to play Michael Jackson. Throw up a picture of Joseph Fiennes. Do y'all see this man? He was supposed to play Michael. Bro, see, they said that we need a comedy about Michael Jackson fleeing 9/11 in a rental with Brando and Elizabeth Taylor. The world said we don't even want to see the episode, bro. And see, the trailer had released in January 2017 because it was supposed to release a couple days after. But instantly, it was straight chaos. The comments instantly got the roasting. The whole production company and Joseph Fiennes. Michael Jackson's daughter would even tweet out talking about how offended she was and that they want to make her vomit. The Jackson family immediately formed up and got the episode pulled from Sky Arts. And Joseph Fiennes would do multiple interviews like defending like his casting for it. He said he believed in colorblind casting and that he felt like anybody could be fit for any role, and he just kept trying to defend it. And he said he wasn't really trying to make a mockery of Michael Jackson. It was really just a funny, interesting story. So he was like, these are real quotes from him, like in interviews.
Yeah, well, it was surprising. It was a shock. I thought someone had got it wrong. I love challenges. I feel like I'm a character actor. And of course, this is territory which is very sensitive. One has to determine whether this portrayal is going to be one that is going to be positive entertainment and not bring about division and put anyone's noses out of joint. So I went with the mind that this was a positive, light-hearted comedy.
But fans wasn't trying to hear none of that. They said it's thousands of impersonators. You could have chose them. They said, how do you guys choose Elizabeth Taylor's role right and then just forget about MJ? And see, now this skit was supposed to be about a real story that supposedly had happened around the time that the 9/11 attack had happened. September 10th, Michael Jackson was doing his 30th anniversary show. Elizabeth Taylor was there and Marlon Brando was supposed to speak but ended up getting booed. The next day, Michael Jackson overslept because he was supposed to end up doing a meeting at the World Trade Center, but ended up all the flights ended up getting canceled and everything, so he ended up evacuating some of the fans. Elizabeth Taylor would end up staying in NYC to pray with the people, and then Marlon Brando would end up locking himself in his room. Some people say that they don't know if this story is even true, but they want it to be. It didn't even come out until 2011 on Vanity Fair anyway. And the Urban Myth episode, it wouldn't really surface. It really be only the trailer that I could even find, and then interviews of people talking about it. But it seemed like it'd be scratched from the surface of the earth. So we on to the next one. All right, so this next one we got up is Michael Jackson Searching for Neverland, which also came out in 2017. They said, all right, let's try this again. This one covered his legal issues, his Vegas era, his loneliness, his security anxieties, and like him becoming a father and him going through all that.
I can't bring this to Liz's party.
Oh, sorry, look, the perimeter's totally secure now. We can take you out through the garage, just like always.
He'll be out there waiting. He'll follow me.
And surprisingly, fans' reaction to this movie ain't that bad. And the movie not really that bad. It really try to cover him like more as a personal person and like try to humanize Michael instead of like the star quality, or try to like make memes out the movie and everything. It was really 50-50 with fans. Some fans saying it's bad, some fans saying it's good. Just like with any movie. And the person that they would end up using for this casting would be a man named Navi. And he's just not any impersonator. He'd be well known. He'd even perform at Michael Jackson's 45th birthday party, getting a standing ovation from Michael Jackson. He'd be used as decoys and clones for Michael Jackson when he'd go out in places in public sometime, and in music videos sometime and everything. So he wasn't just like your average person. So this biopic, it's not really legendary or embarrassing. It's really just a respectful like movie piece put together, and then they ended up getting an impersonator that ended up actually meeting Michael Jackson, so that was kind of like a cherry on top. They didn't really try to chase that tabloid trash or really embarrass his name or try to just chase the clout with it and everything. So but we go on to the next one. And the last one I got for you guys is the Jacksons' American Dream that came out in 1992. So I know I kind of went backwards on you guys, but this is the gold standard, the classic one. And it wasn't really a movie, it was like more so released in parts over days. So I just wanted to put it last and touch on this one. And this one had Jason Weaver as young Michael and Wiley Draper as adult Michael. And this one is one of the ones that everybody respects. There's rumors that the Jackson family even helped produce this one, and they call this one like the GOAT movie of Michael Jackson story. People call this the GOAT movie for a number of reasons. It represented like the whole family and not just Michael. Jason Weaver was personally chosen by Michael. Wiley Draper captured MJ's voice, his whole dance and his whole aesthetic and everything. It like made the childhood scenes feel completely real, and it touched on his life in Indiana and shed a light on like his whole life and whole come up. But like a lot of biopics on this list and other biopics in the world, it does have its parts that are inaccurate, that some fans say. Some fans say that it are wrong birth years, songs are out of order, and it was just like dramatic just for the clicks and everything. This piece like still holds deep to some fans. I remember even watching this when it had aired on BET when I was a little younger, because I was born in 2001, so you know I ain't watch it when it aired, but I watched it when like it was doing reruns and everything, and I loved it too. Like as I still love it to this day. It's a great piece. Something that I had found out, the actor that had ended up playing the adult Michael, Wiley Draper, he ended up passing away from leukemia in 1993, 1 year after the film was released. And some fans would be like he was gone too soon. He was an amazing actor that had a career ahead of him. And I couldn't find anything about him online, but I did find an interview of him talking before the movie, or it was after the movie was released, him talk about how proud he was of the role that he had did, and he felt like he did a great job of capturing Michael in the moment, and that he just wanted Michael to be proud, and he just wanted to be respectful.
And for Wiley Draper, who plays the grown-up Michael, filling this Jackson's glove was no easy fit.
And all the guys, I mean, we think about it being the Jacksons movie, and we're remaking the Jacksons' life, and you kind of like sit back and you're like, dag, man, we're really doing this. I mean, this is kind of like making history.
While the history of the Jacksons is central to this miniseries, don't think for a minute that this family is history.
I feel like this would be on the top of a list of the biopics or movies that you want to say about Michael Jackson or his family, because it captured everything. Well, it tried to, at least up to the moment where it was all happening, because it was 1992, and then a whole bunch of stuff still happened after that, went up to him passing in 2009. And that will wrap it up. We got one more biopic that's coming out about Michael Jackson in 2026, and his nephew will be playing him, and everybody is anticipating it, me including, and I'm ready to see how good they do with it. I feel like they're gonna do amazing with this. They've been trying with the movies, and we got a lot of new technology and everything now, so hopefully they could just capture the whole moment and capture his full story and just make it amazing. And at the end of the day, these films show how complicated it is to portray a legend. You can't replicate Michael Jackson, you can only honor him. That's why the 1992 film still stands tall, and the 2026 one could correct history altogether. But it been your boy Dizzy Vibez here on Vibe CTRL, where we keep the culture talking and the facts balanced. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and y'all go check out my last video if you like this one. I'm gone.